What's the one habit that has made the biggest positive impact on your life? Definitely journaling. It has a meditative aspect to it, but the actual symbolism of getting your thoughts onto the page and exposing your inner self to the outer world feels much more cathartic to me than meditating. The additional ability to reflect upon your past thoughts adds a layer of vulnerability because you really have to face up to those versions of yourself. And I constantly feel the urge and desire to give future me the basis to write happier and more positive entries. I couldn't have said it better. Journaling has the same kind of impact on me. That and walking for 1 hour minimum each day, which also has a meditative quality to it and helps me being more present in my body and more attuned to my environment. Honestly, this is something I struggled with for a long time, but waking up early, when I get 2 hours to myself before everything else, it makes such a big difference. It lets me work on personal projects/hobbies before I get drained from work. It gives me time to meditate and journal. Admittedly, I haven't fully built those habits just yet. The thing that really helped me build the habit is this app called Nuge. When I use it, I have to scan my toothpaste barcode by a certain time or pay $5 that goes to charity. Meditation. The Waking Up app by Sam Harris is the best out there. Great guided meditations coupled with discussions of the theory behind meditation. Explanations of what insights you can have about your mind and the world through meditation. Search Waking Up Scholarship to get free access. Quitting alcohol. Quitting computer gaming was it for me. Anything that has you thinking about it all day, wanting to do it as soon as you get home, blowing your savings on it, losing hours and hours each day, making yourself sick and unhealthy, losing friends and family connections because you're always doing X and forgetting about them. Not all addictions are equal, but quitting any addiction is hard. But goddamn, it's good to have done it, and always so easy to relapse. Being active, spend time outdoors, nature, working from home and being bombarded by screens and constant noise of social media, etc. is definitely a toxic mix. During COVID, everything was closed, so had to find alternative to gyms, etc. It was the best outcome and habit formation to seek the outdoors. Biking and hiking became the new escape from all the stressors of life. Beating cancer's ass, but besides that, learning to say no each night. Making a list of things I want to get done the next day. Because if I have nothing to do, I'll just lay in bed. So it helps me to be more productive. Working out, if it counts as a habit, I can hardly think of an activity that brings so much value to one's life in every single metric with such a simple scheme of action. Following through with my commitments regardless of how I'm feeling. If I'm tired and don't feel like attending my exercise class, I do it anyway. If I'm not in the mood to see friends I scheduled lunch with, I go anyway. Why? Because I never regret it, am a better person for it, and am proud to say I've stood by my word. Following through with my commitments has definitely made me stronger and more reliable to myself and others. Of course, this doesn't apply if I'm sick or an emergency pops up. Meditation. Since 2004 changed my life completely. One thing after another, like a little steps. 2004, woo. I was born only in 2003. I end each day with a reflection on the day. Did I do anything that just wasn't the right thing to do? Did I do anything that offended anyone? I'm not always successful in making it all day without doing or saying something that is hurtful or can be seen as hurtful, but I try. If I have done something that bothers my conscience, I apologize to whomever it is. This is something I learned in AA, but it's applicable to everyone. If the majority of people live this way, the world would certainly be a better place. Very simple, but anytime I start feeling anything negative, emotionally or physically, I drink a glass of water. It doesn't fix everything, but you'd be surprised how much it helps. Saying yes to as much as possible, as long as people aren't overstepping my boundaries. It's funny that the opposite answer, saying no, is actually also a powerful one. My guy, that's probably the worst use of a colon I've ever seen, actually using my calendar app. I am an extremely disorganized person and found that whether it was meetings, reminders, birthdays, etc., utilizing my calendar app made me feel more organized, like there was this invisible pressure lifted off of part of my brain. Also great for being able to remember what I did 2 years ago, since it can be hard for me to remember things from the past day. Positive self-talk, you're going to be stuck with yourself until you die. Why hate yourself and make it hard to live? To wait before I act. Acting emotionally is super common for lots of people. I normally write stuff down and come back to it before I send it. I make sure I give myself at least 10 minutes to have newer eyes and clearer head on stuff. When I get frustrated, I go for a walk. Arguing with my partner, table it for a few minutes and cool off, then come back and have a real conversation. It feels weird to do initially, but it's really helped with lots of stuff. Waking up at 6 a.m. Because if I wake up early, it sets everything else in order. I have to sleep at around 10-11 p.m.-ish. It sets my routine right. Journaling, checking my tasks and goals, 1 hour cardio, walking, if 16-8, etc. I find that if I don't wake up early, everything becomes out of whack. Going to sleep early? Impossible. Deleting social media. How are you here then?